Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Upriver Crawfish. I'm your host, Sankar, bringing you another situation report about the special military operations in Ukraine. Today is Sunday, June 26, 2022. All right, let's get into this. The main highlights today will be around Severodonetsk in around the Lugansk People's Republic. And then after we get done with the situation report with the battle map, we'll go to tail of the telegram. The tail of the telegram is wherein I show some reports from some videos and reports from Telegram, from the various Telegram channels. Okay, let's begin. To start, I'd like to give you guys an orientation. So this is Ukraine. The area with pink are the areas that the Russians are in. This here is Crimea down here. Here is the areas where the phase one was when the Russians did a feint around Kiev to hold Ukrainian troops there. Let's go a little bit deeper now into the update for a big update for the past couple of days. So when I left you guys off, the Russians, I think it was on Friday or Thursday, Russians had not fully captured Severodonetsk. But as of yesterday, the whole of Severodonetsk was captured. So the whole of Severodonetsk was captured. And even now, the Ukrainians claim that there is fighting actually in Lysichansk. There were Ukrainian forces that tried to pull out of Lysichansk and through the main road with their weapons, and there's report that they got massacred. And so they are now going to try to use the bush routes and try to get here to Seversk. How possible that would be, you don't know. It would depend, especially if they're pulling out just with men. I think the Russians might allow them to do that, but if they're pulling out with heavy weapons, the Russians might not want them to do that. And if they can do it, I mean, it's a big space. So let's see how well they can do it. But right now, fighting is in Lysichansk. This map is pro-Ukrainian, so it would take some time for them to update things. I know for a fact right now that Belohora, this area here, is in Russian hands, but it's now updated on this map. There may be other areas here. I'm thinking maybe even this part is in Russian hands. I can't be so sure right now. But yeah, the Ukrainians are going to again. They have no chance. They stand no chance to defend this place properly. So they're just going to sit there and get the men killed again. The Russians are in there now fighting and kicking their ass. The likely thing that will happen is if they can get the men out, everybody's going to be moving towards Slaviansk. We'll be moving to the west towards Slaviansk and towards Kramatorsk and even Bakhmut. There's report that let me get that and bring stuff down a little bit. All right, so Slaviansk is here. So here is Lysichansk. They should be trying to pull out, and they'll pull back here to Slaviansk and probably to Kramatorsk. There's a report that some of the forces they rushed to Bakhmut as well. In this area, the Russian forces have made some advances, not big advances, because again, how do the Russians do? The Russians open up artillery and they destroy those lines, those defensive lines that the Ukrainians have put up. They destroy them and batter them with artillery. After they batter them with artillery, then infantry goes out, and then the tanks come in the back of them. That infantry going out, one of the things it does is that it prevents all their anti-tank weapons from being that much effective, because that's what you call an infantry screen. The infantry screen goes ahead of the tanks. So that's the situation in this area. Not much is happening right now in not much changes in other parts of the front. Just positional battles right now in the Kharkov area. Some positional battles in Kharkov area. Remember the Russians now, however, they did, back then they withdrew and let the Ukrainians come and take their photo up. So I call those Ukrainian supposedly counteroffensives at photo ops, because they're not really in counteroffensives. And then the Russians came back, took those places, and the Russians now are taking those more places little by little. So that's what's happening in Kharkov. On the other parts of the front line, like down here in Zaporizhia, in the Zaporizhia region, there are artillery and bombardment from the Russians. And I guess they call it artillery duel, but the Ukrainians ain't really got much to offer in artillery duel with the Russians. And there's the same thing in the Mykolaiv area. Let's see. Let me go in a little bit more. So right here, Mykolaiv. Okay, this is Mykolaiv area. There were missile strikes on some facilities of the Ukrainians that killed a lot of officers and killed, I think, about 80 Polish mercenaries. So that Polish battalion that supposedly made things a game changer or whatever, some of them are getting drained, so they are getting deleted off the front. So that's the info for the battle map. There's not much happening outside of in the Donbas area. I will say though, with the complete takeover of Severodonetsk, that means the Lugansk is fully liberated now. The Lugansk People's Republic is fully liberated now. Right. So that whole area is fully liberated, and now the focus is on Donetsk. Again, as we say, the Russians when they started this war, they did different maneuver warfare with different things to hold a lot of Ukrainian forces out of the areas that they really wanted to come to, and that was in the Donbas. Now that they are breaking the Ukrainians' ability to launch counteroffensive above the battalion level, they are taking the time and doing what you call defeating detail. So they will go in one area, they will properly take it over, then move into another area, take it over, because now they have time. The Ukrainians don't have the counter offensive capability to be able to do nothing about that. So that's what the Russians are doing. All right, now let's go to the tail of the telegram. In the first clip from Zrada 22 on Telegram was Zrada XX 2 Eyes. This is the lead escort vehicle of a convoy of Russian forces that were, as they were going, and they realized that the Ukrainian forces had set up ambush, so they opened up on that force. So this is the clip.
Start!
Let me pause a little and just give you an idea. That's how you assault. That's how you handle. How you call it? Ambush, because those people in the ambush, they themselves don't want to die, right? So you handle the ambush by putting automatic fire downrange and assaulting that area. So you put enough automatic fire downrange. The idea being that they themselves don't want to die. So the first bullet that passes over their head, even if it doesn't hit them, that goes past their ear, will make them put their head down. That idea for them to, that movement for them to put their head down is what gives you reprieve. So that's how you assault. That's how you handle an ambush. So it's not just him that's firing. All the other guns are opening up on that area. You see, they're putting fire downrange, effective fire downrange. That's how you deal with ambush. You hear some of the bullets coming to them, but I'll tell you, those guys in the ambush, they're in trouble. So by now, if they're not dead, they're pulling back. Probably this guy got hit too, with a little bullet. Probably not significantly to die, but he got hit. This video is from Intel Slava Z on Telegram, and this one is what happened when some Ukrainian forces tried to ambush the special forces of the Operation Group Z. I'm sorry, not Z, but O. Remember, the Russians have 3 different operational groups that their forces are funneled in. This Operational Group O, Operational Group Z, Operational Group V. So let's take a watch. Yeah, they got smoked.
Сюда?
I don't know if that other guy in the corner there, whether he's dead or not, but they got smoked. Apparently they were preparing an ambush. Probably did not launch the ambush, but they were preparing the ambush and got
Птичка в воздухе, смотрите, резерв может быть 21-й.
So this is a video from the Russian Ministry of Defense on Telegram of Sergei Shoigu and Sergei Rudskoy. And General Sergei Rudskoy is Shoigu is the Russian Defense Minister. Rudskoy is the chief of the operational director of the Russian General Staff. So they visited an area in the special military operations zone. It didn't specify where, but this is the video for that. One of the things I've realized, recently the U.S. came out, either the U.S. and the Brits came out saying that, Russia is replacing generals because of failure, and they talk about some new general. The truth of the matter is they do not know anything about the Russian operations in this place. They have very scant information about who is running the overall Russian operation. They don't know because there's several different generals there, and so the last time they had talked about this one brutal Russian general that claimed that from Syria, who they claim was the overall head, but he was not the overall head. He was just from the Southern Military District. So they claim that he was the one running, and that's not the case. The reason is, as I said before, the Russians are using this as a live training operation. So they're cycling in various military districts so that they will get all the troops training. That's why they're taking their own time, and that's why they want to take their own time. These guys, the operational security, OPSEC, is very good. I mean, I'm very impressed. Here's a more accurate map of how things were as of yesterday. All right, so there's Severodonetsk, all captured. As I told you before, Belahora was taken. So if you notice the other map, pro-Ukrainian map, they didn't show that. And I still like to use that map anyways. You see how close they are to Belgorod. And so this just show you where things are. This is as far as operations are in now. You notice here they are in Lysichansk. This is Lysichansk. There are forces here in parts of Lysichansk and also entering it from this side. And the Ukrainians are apparently going to try to, instead of taking this route, which they got destroyed on, you see all these attacks here, because the Russians have fire control of this. They are now going to apparently find their way back on this side and try to cross the Severodonetsk River around Belgorod and then come and end up as Severodonetsk. So let's see. Wishful thinking, man, thinking. In this video, this is a Ukrainian soldier who is apparently complaining that Ukrainians are not happy to see armed forces of Ukrainian soldiers and put up Z, the letter Z instead. And he was sarcastic, saying that while they're fighting for them, these people don't really care for them. They're not in favor of them, the Ukrainian soldiers. That should tell you, leave the people, the territory. They don't want to be part of you guys anymore. You don't want to kill them. So take a look.
Так, ребята, воюють за наших. От заходиш на українські території, а тут люди, знаєте, вам що кажуть. От на. О. Зе, зе. І ждуть самі. І ждуть, нахуй. От і воюють. Не знаю, що ж, блядь, що здадуть нахрен, блядь, зараз.
So yeah, he's saying that's what they get for coming to fight for them, and they're putting up Z and waiting for the Russians instead. That should tell you something, right? And I'm going now to another one that is my personal favorite. Yeah. This one here is my favorite in this whole clip, and I got it from I forgot, but it's a CNN clip actually of a former Encounter Wazizwe fighter. This came here from the Russian American Daily, and it's a Telegram channel, and it's former fighter of the Encounter Wazizwe in South Africa, telling his views about Russia. And Africa is waking up and understanding that Russia is a friend, has been a friend to them. And this is what he's saying. And I'm surprised that CNN actually published this.
For the first time, we came across white people who treated us as equal beings. Russia is our friend. Our friend's enemy is our enemy. By default, we are on the side of Russia. And to us, Ukraine is what we call a sellout. It is selling out to the West.
There you go. I'm so proud of hearing this. This is one of the things that just lights my heart up when I hear it. Just have to show you this one. This is a meeting of the group of 7. And Boris Johnson is talking about they need to take off their shirt. And talking about Putin. I mean, the guy's just jealous that Putin does what he does. It's not contrived. So they're now making fun of it, apparently. I mean, these are your leaders in the West. Are you kidding me? Most of them are field men. I'll tell you, the only one there that probably will have substance to his leadership might be Kishida from Tokyo, because the Asians tend to value meritocracy. But the rest of them, they're just people who are just put in as figureheads to run government. But listen to that nonsense. Embarrassing.
Jackie Top.
Trudeau, another person who's just glad to be there. And von der Leyen, glad to be among the boys. As for Johnson, He's using this Ukraine stuff to be relevant so that his political career doesn't go down the drain. But they are all nothing but supine men. Anyway, this has been a SitRep for June 26, 2022. I'm the Upriver Crawfish. I'm Sankara of the Upriver Crawfish. Hope you guys please like, share, subscribe, and by all means, leave comments. Let's have discussions on this. Thank you.